Here we go. Welcome to another episode of Manhood Academy Podcasting. We're in the classroom, and it looks like we have a pretty cool class today. We might have more students showing up in the coming minutes, and also we probably will have another class planned for later today. We're going to try and get through a lot of things today. I don't know if we're going to have time to do it on this class. I was trying to finish by 2, but I don't know what we're going to do, so we'll figure it out. Play it by ear. Let's see here. We're going to start right off. We're not going to go to the... Oh, by the way, I need somebody who can take some notes, and they don't really have to take notes. I just want them to jot down what we're talking about, like the main topic. So at the end, you could just send it to me, and I don't have to type up, or I don't have to try and remember everything we talked about. So somebody who's not being distracted by talking while I'm talking, just write down the general topic, like what we're talking about. Like if we're talking about expression, say we're talking about expression or this or that, right? Something very simple.
Who's the quietest one here?
Right, because as you've noticed, my topics or my description of the podcast is very Spartan. It just says like stuff in the academy. We talked about stuff in this podcast. So I'd like to be a little more explicit with the podcast description. So I need somebody to volunteer. All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna pick.
I can't do it because I'm not gonna be here the whole time.
Okay, wait. That leaves High School 101. Congratulations.
Okay.
Just pop open a notepad. And if we start talking about whatever, just jot down a note of the subject. So the general subject, you got it.
Notepad or Google document.
Okay, so number 1, we're going to be on Monar's student intro.
Alright.
So we're going, or I'm actually going to go back there. So we're going to go to matriculation section. Monar, and it looks like Monar is a Slumdog Millionaire. Is that right?
Yep. Dude, the high school's typing is going to be distracting.
Hey, high school, just do a simple note like Monar's intro. You don't have to be.
Hold on. Let me type it. Yeah. I'm not going to type the whole thing. I just type Monar's intro.
Forget it. Hey, Bogler, can you type it?
Can you hear?
We'll hear either of you.
Okay, then let high school.
I'll tell you what. I'll just introduce the subject, and then you just type it. Then we'll carry on. That'll be fine. So okay. So we're with Monar. Monar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Definitely, this guy is definitely a Slumdog Millionaire.
Yep, he's ready to get in the price. Yep.
Monar, I read your entry and almost broke my neck trying to get through it. Grammar. How's your English? How long have you been speaking English?
15 years. No, like 20 years.
20 years? Is your spoken grammar is better than your written grammar? I take it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because my written grammar I never gave attention to it. So.
Well, you're in an academy now. You just signed up for a school, so it's time to pay attention to your grammar.
Okay.
Number 1, we got a grammar resource link. Where's that? Is that in the expression section, I believe? Yes, it is. If you go to the expression section of the academy, you know where the expression section is, correct?
I will find it.
Okay, you'll find it. It's called Honing Your Expression. It has a little feather, a little fancy quill. And in there, it has a post right at the very top. Those green things are called the stickies. Those are the super important posts that you need to read. So if you go to any forum, you'll see green stickies at the very top. At the top of the expression section, you'll see the grammar sticky. Click on that. It'll give you all kinds of links to common grammar mistakes, basic grammar, subject, verb agreement, those type of things. So, here we got another student back. Get him in here.
All right, 1 second.
Okay, so it has basic grammar tips and things that you should look into ASAP, especially that you're going to be writing and speaking to other students in the academy. Let me ask you a question. Monar?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me ask you a question. Is in India, if I went to India and I didn't know how to speak or read is Indian, aren't they a British colony? They speak English, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Don't they have another language over there?
Hindi and Tamil, depends where you are.
Hindi. Okay, if I didn't speak Hindi, would I have a tough time over there?
Depends.
Okay, that's a bad example. I'm trying to get. This is only going to work if we're in Spain or go to Mexico.
It's not working.
Yeah, forget that. The point, the analogy. Just throw away the analogy. The point is, learn some grammar so that we can communicate better. Because you're speaking to mostly Americans, or I shouldn't say mostly Americans, people around the world where our universal language basically is going to be English around here. So you're going to have to work on your communication, especially your written communication, because just like when you're speaking English out loud, if I can't understand you, if you speak like, what is that? And there are, and you're very incoherent with your grammar, people aren't going to pay attention to you. They're just going to immediately tune you out. The same with your writing. If your grammar isn't proper, I'm not saying it has to be at an expert level where you're speaking Shakespearean or you're writing down Shakespearean dialects and sonnets and things like that, but just a very basic grasp of the grammar. You need to be able to do that so when students are reading your post, they're not turned off and want to run away from your post. They want to enjoy your post because they can understand it at a very simple level. So that's why it's super crucial for you to get on board with your grammar, number one.
Hey, I see the matrix. You in?
Yeah, I'm here.
New student guy. Okay, we'll get to you next. We're talking to Monar right now, Slumdog Millionaire number 2 or number 3. He's one of the
many academy. I see matrix.
One of the many Indians populating the academy right now. Okay, so let's go through his intro here. I am a 36-year-old male, Indian. Congratulations. Living in the U.S. for the last 10 years and stumbled upon the Academy YouTube channel. How did you find the channel?
I was browsing some other link. I saw you in one of your video, so I clicked that video. Then I found your channel.
You clicked the video, so you're looking at like a Britney Spears music video, and like YouTube has no relation to their links. All of a sudden, you saw a link to Manhood Academy videos.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. You skimmed the ebook today. When you skim the ebook, what does that mean?
Pardon?
You skimmed the ebook. You wrote this.
I basically went and downloaded your ebook and look at this. You have an ebook in script.com, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I just downloaded it and
You like the cover, basically.
Oh, yeah, it's a good content, yeah.
All right. Don't skim read around here. We don't even bother listening to skim reading people. There's a lot of people that skim read the book. So that's good that you took a glance at it and you liked it, but as soon as possible, start diving into it. All right, let's keep going. I was a shy nerd kid. Yes, Indian shy nerd kid. Fits the persona. Who was not comfortable around new people. I joined Manhood Academy to change my social nervousness around strangers, especially around women. I feel that my actions may hurt someone's feelings that think that everybody's watching my actions and don't want to make a fool of myself. Okay, so basically you're like most of the Indians here. Mm-hmm. Neurotic, nice guy. Yeah. Actually, most of the students here, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that correct, Monar?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Okay, Monar, when I'm talking to you, I expect a response from you back. That means we're creating a relationship. We're having a conversation. If I say something to you and you don't respond back to me, I feel like, this guy isn't listening to me. And that discourages me from wanting to talk to you. That gets in the way of our relationship. I want to build a relationship with you. So number one, when I have an expectation of I'm talking to you, one of my expectations is, hey, I want you to respond. So in the same way, you're learning how to get your expectations met. You're learning how to develop expectations for conversations, and you're learning how to get them met. So number one of my expectations is when I'm talking to students, I want you to practice responding. Because this is going to be your habit when you're starting to develop conversations with people. You don't want to be a passive guy just sitting there letting the other person dictate the conversation to you and just talking to you. Like I'm the teacher and I'm just teaching you things. That's not a very good conversation for you.
Yeah, Menard, you want to show that you're giving him something back. Like a two-way street.
There you go. So,
reciprocation is the word.
So, Menard, when I'm speaking to you, I like you to respond back because that lets me know you're involved in the conversation. Eventually, yes. Eventually, you're going to be learning how to lead these conversations.
Okay.
There you go. So, number one,
nice.
Respond back. Here we go. All right. Why are you at the academy? Okay, wait. We got the other part here. You're uncomfortable around women. Okay. Welcome to the club. Why are you at the academy? I know that deep inside me, want to change this behavior and to extend that. And I really want to be a rebel. Oh, you want to be a rebel and a jerk?
I think that's it. Because I feel like I'm very passive. Very shy around people.
Monar, speak up.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel that way. I kind of now feel I'm very passive and shy around people.
Right?
Hello?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah. I just want to change this behavior, so.
Yeah, but why did you write rebel and jerk?
Because only jerks get attention and only they get respect.
Oh, sounds like you've been listening to like Lycus 101 or one of those dating advice shows.
Welcome to the club, dude.
Have you heard any of those in the United States yet?
Which one?
Like Lycus 101 or one of those, what's another dude? Can't think of anybody offhand other than the main guy.
Yeah, well, you don't even have to listen to Lycus 101 to get that idea.
Oh, actually, that's true. I read some articles like on what's that main man, Ask Men site, and
yeah, AskMen.com.
There's a couple other places where they tell you, yeah, be the bad boy, be the jerk, be the asshole.
Any YouTube video where there's chicks involved, there's always like a bunch of guys whining about how they only want jerks. That's what you have to be. So yeah, it's not just in certain people.
Yeah, one of the main archetypes in dating is the common theme, like the nice guys finish last, so you want to be the jerk, the bad boy, the rebel. So that's it's kind of like a dichotomy. It's like a false dichotomy that's set up. So you think that either you're going to be you're going to be a super nice guy and get no girls, or you're going to be the super asshole and get every girl.
Yeah, like
So,
the player, the gangster, he has, it's just like a drug dealer.
Right. So there's a
like the
okay.
bodybuilder. Yeah.
Right. So there's a bunch of these kind of stereotypes set up that, you're supposed to follow as a guy learning how to date. But again, we're going to, as you go along through the ebook and start learning the difference between getting your expectations met and being an asshole, you'll see that there's a distinct difference in the strategy that you hear like in the media versus what we're going to teach you how to do. And I'm going to basically cover one of those right now. Let's say the jerk. Okay. Let's say, everybody knows a nice guy. Everybody can pretty much identify with a nice guy because almost everybody starts at the nice guy. They think, okay, just be a super sweet, swell guy to a girl. She's going to immediately open up and do everything you say. And you're going to get into a great relationship. She's going to respect you. You're going to respect her. And it's going to be roses and flowers. The problem with that is you find out as a nice guy, that just doesn't work. You end up being the guy she's not attracted to. You end up being the best friend. Let's just be friends. Every guy's heard the let's just be friends speech. So then you start reading, listening to the radio shows like Us 101 or reading advice columns, dating advice columns to men and ask men, and you hear, oh, no, you have to be an asshole. You have to be a jerk because women like assholes and jerks. Well, that's partially true. What they like about the asshole and jerk is not that he's not that he's bad to them, or not that he's bad to her, but they like the fact that he is able to enforce his expectations. He cares about his expectations to a certain degree, more so than the nice guy who doesn't care about any of his expectations. He only cares about meeting the girl's expectations, which are usually, crazy in nature, dysfunctional, and don't make sense. They lead to all kinds of problems in the relationship. But he's perfectly willing to follow them as a nice guy. Now the problem with the asshole is he only cares about his own expectations. He doesn't care about he doesn't care about meeting the girl's needs. So eventually she breaks up with him anyway because their relationship just doesn't work. If one person is getting everything out of the relationship and the other person isn't getting anything out of the relationship, it's going to break up. It's not going to last. But what she does, or what she is attracted to about the bad boy, the jerk, or the asshole, is the fact that he's got expectations and he says, look, this is what I expect. That is what we're going to teach you here at the Academy, how to meet those expectations, the thing that attracts her. And then we're going to teach you how to take care of the thing that repels her, the mistakes that the asshole, the jerk, and the bad boy are making. Now, generally, girls throw around the term like asshole or jerk when they're basically saying, you're not giving me my way. It doesn't necessarily mean you're beating them, you're taking advantage of them, you're exploiting them, because everybody has a general idea of a jerk, and they think, okay, he's a guy who's just abusive, he hits her, he takes advantage of her, he makes her pay for everything, and gets free rides from her and has her buy him stuff. So there's this full misconception of what it means when a girl calls you an asshole or a jerk. It can mean those things, but generally speaking, the most common definition of when a girl is calling you an asshole or a jerk is she's not getting her way. You're not giving her exactly what she wants. So, for instance, if a girl is telling you to buy her ticket for a movie, and you go, you can pay your own way, right? You make her pay her own way. She will call you an asshole or call you a jerk because you're not doing what she expects. So it's not just necessarily the same thing. When girls say asshole or jerk, they could mean anything from you're beating her, you're hitting her, you're taking advantage of her, to you're not doing the thing she wants, like paying for her dates. So there's this whole big spectrum of what it means to be an asshole. So nobody's clear on that. That's why there's all these problems about, guys are always arguing back and forth. Well, girls say to be nice to them, but then when I find out being an asshole is better, but then these guys say that being an asshole doesn't work and the girl breaks up with you, so we have to be a nice guy. So there's all this confusion because nobody really understands what it means to be a nice guy and to be an asshole. We're going to teach you how to get to the bottom of all that crap. Moving on. Let's see. I know deep inside me. Okay, so you want to be a jerk rebel. What do you hope to get out of the Academy? What I hope to get out of joining the Academy is the ability to appropriately and effectively interact with other people and be a man who has the control and precision of influencing and controlling others with my social skills. Okay, well, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Academy, Monar.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Academy, Monar.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure Boggles, the mascot Indian of Manhood Academy, will be in contact with you soon.
So will I.
And so will High School 101, our other mascot Indian. Let's get to our next guy. Next intro, you can write this down. High School 101 is
Okay. I see the Matrix. I like his user.
I See the Matrix. Mr. Matrix Man.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's me.
Where's your intro, guy?
Oh, Agent Mulder from the X-Files.
Yeah, where's your intro? Where's your student intro?
Oh, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh,
We're working on it right now.
you're still working on it. Okay, so we're gonna.
Still working on it.
Why don't you read what you have? That'll be perfect.
Oh,
Let me hear it.
it's pretty long.
Okay, good. We got time. Welcome to the long podcast.
Alright. It's like a whole day event. Right, I started out by answering, what is your social interaction experience growing up?
Okay,
Right, I
hold
started
on a
out
second.
growing
Hold
up
on. Time out, Mr. Matrix. Time out.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop your mumbling. Okay, when you're speaking in a conversation, it's understandable right now that you're mumbling. I understand why you're mumbling, because you're worried about what other people are thinking of you. But
Right.
that's going to have the opposite effect of what you're trying to do. You're mumbling, speaking quietly, kind of monotone, because you're worried that if you say something wrong, people are going to hate you. But guess what? People are going to hate you more if you mumble and speak in a monotone. So
Okay.
what you need to practice doing is speaking, number one, clearly
Right.
and articulately. So you need to articulate your words. Stop swallowing them. Open your mouth and speak out loud.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Growing up, I
Okay,
had very
start
limited
over.
interactions.
Number one, you're too quiet and you're still mumbling. I can't hear you. Go for
So,
it.
maybe my microphone needs to be turned up more.
No, your voice needs to be turned up more.
Sure, I see the Matrix. I'll give you a sample. See how I'm talking? Yeah.
See how the loud Indian guy's talking? He's the shy, loud Indian guy.
Yeah.
You want to be at his level, so speak up.
Okay. Speak clearly. Speak up, brother. Speak up, brother.
Quiet down, students. I want to hear. I See the Matrix speaking. Go ahead.
Right. Growing up, I had very limited.
Okay, start over. You're mumbling. Slow down. Slow down. I want you to cut and paste your first sentence that you wrote, and I want you to paste it in the little Skype window down below so I can read it.
Okay.
I'm going to teach you how to read that sentence.
Okay. Say each of your words completely. Don't run through them.
Okay, quiet down. Who's talking?
Uh-huh.
Who's talking?
The high school.
Is that the other Indian?
Yeah.
Other Indian guy, High School 101. Quiet down for a second. Let me talk to this guy. Go ahead. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This side, you're gonna repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Growing up, not growing up. You are not walking in a field of eggshells. Say this definitely, like you just threw a grenade over a wall. Growing up. Now, listen to me. You are selling me a bottle of hairspray. I'm not going to buy this bottle of hairspray if I don't like the salesman.
I said, okay.
Say, growing up.
Growing up.
One more time. Growing up.
Growing up.
Growing up.
Growing up.
Okay. You have this monotone. You're clinging onto that monotone. You are clinging onto that monotone. Close your eyes and say it as loud as you can. If you're in a dorm, where are you right now?
I'm at my girlfriend's house.
You're at your girlfriend's house. So how loud can you get without getting thrown out?
Not very loud.
Not very? Okay.
No.
Well, then you're going to have to whisper dramatically. Growing up.
Okay. Growing up. Yeah.
That's even better. Okay.
So much better. Oh, yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Growing up.
Growing up.
Not growing up. Growing up. You are Braveheart.
Growing up.
You're not fucking taking over any armies with that voice.
Go Sparta.
Sparta. You ever seen 300?
Yeah.
You remember when they kicked that fool down the well?
Yeah.
That's you.
Alright. You're Leonidas.
Growing up.
Growing up.
I had very limited interactions with people.
I had very limited interactions with people.
Outside of my family.
Outside of my family.
And even within my family.
And even within my family.
I was often very shy.
I was often very shy.
Private and guarded.
Private and guarded.
Okay, now read the whole thing.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside my family. And even within my family. I was often shy, private, and guarded.
One more time.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside my family. And even with my family. I was often shy, private, and guarded.
Okay, remember the dude you're kicking down the well? He just got tickled. He just got tickled by your foot. Say it one more time. This is the speech you're going to give him before you kick him down the well.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded.
I think this guy is going to kick you down the well. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down dramatically. Slow down dramatically. Say it again.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded.
This dude is on the edge of the well. He almost fell in that time, but not quite. One more time. Get this fucking guy down the well.
Okay. Growing up, I had very limited interactions.
No, he fucking flew out of the well this time. You sped up again. Slow.
Right, sped up, yep.
Slow the fuck down.
Okay. Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded.
Oh, it was almost better than the time before last. But he's not quite in the well. Read it again. Get this fucking guy down the well.
Growing up.
No, you fuck. You sped up again.
Again. Slow down.
Slow down.
I see.
No. Listen. I want your response. When you say, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me think you're on meth. Slow down. I want to think you're on weed. I want to think you're on drugs. I'm like, son, what are you smoking? Slow down.
Slow down. Yep.
Slow down. Yep.
Yeah.
Slow down. Now you respond and say.
Growing up.
No. You say, I'm slowed down. I want you to respond to me. I want you to slow down, okay?
Yep.
Right.
I'm slowed down.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm slowing down.
Okay, good. Let's read it.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family. And even within my family.
Pause. I thought you were kicking this guy down the well. You're not holding his hand. You're kicking him down the well. Start over.
Growing up.
No, you fuck. Stop speeding up. Go back. Start over.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside.
Is this guy going down the well, or are you painting a scenery together? You're supposed to be kicking this guy down the well. Start over.
Get a little angry if you need to.
Punch yourself in the nuts if you need to. Let's go.
Do some push-ups. Get pumped.
Do it. Everybody, fuck this. Everybody. Okay. Every time this guy fucking screws up, everybody's doing push-ups, including me. All right, hold on. I didn't get in the push-up position. You're gonna make me suffer if you fuck this up again. Here we go. Hold on. Since this guy screwed up about 1 billion times so far, everybody owes 5 push-ups. Let's go. Get him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh fuck. Okay. Everybody in the push-up position. Arms extended. Get ready.
Okay.
If this guy screws up, I'm going to say down. Everybody does a push-up, and he's got to start over. Everybody push-up position.
Let's do this.
Don't fucking make everybody tired. You ready? Ice Matrix? I see the Matrix?
I'm ready.
Your name's too long. I'm just going to call you Ice Matrix. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah. Go on, Matrix.
Too fast. He answered too fast. Everybody go down. 1! Fuck! Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody go down. 1! Fuck! Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Read it.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions.
Okay, everybody down. Ugh. Fuck. Start over. Go.
Growing up, I had very
Oh,
limited.
fuck. All right, everybody start over. Here we go. Down. 3. Fuck.
I had very
Stop.
limited
Wait.
interaction.
I'm going to tell you when to go. Hold on. Fuck. My arms are getting tired. I'm going to be so buff by the end of this podcast. You ready?
Slap him.
Ice Matrix, you ready?
Yep.
Everybody down.
Growing
Ah,
limited.
fuck. Ice Matrix, you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody down. Ah, fuck.
Go Ice Matrix, I'm doing it on Ninja's shoulder, so.
Monar, Monar, the new Indian Slumdog Millionaire guy. You never thought you'd be getting this buff at Manhood Academy on your first day, huh? Monar, did you die?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How are your push-ups, Monar? How's your arms feel?
I'm not feeling well. I think somebody has to slap him. I see the
He's already getting violent. A new student's already trying to start a fight with you, Ice Matrix. Ice Matrix, let me ask you a question. Hold on, Monar. Ice Matrix, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody down! You're supposed to be fucking slow. What happened to slowing down?
Still at that.
Why do you want to hurt everybody? Why do you want to torture us like this?
I don't. No.
Ice Matrix, let me ask you a question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Everybody down! Oh, fuck. I might have to switch the sit-ups after this two more, because I'm fucking dying over here. Ice Matrix, do you hate the Academy this much? Come on, man. I'm going to ask you a question. Ready? I just want the right answer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody down. Fuck, my arms are going to fall off. Ice Matrix, I got to ask you another question, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
My arm's gonna.
Who the fuck said that?
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Yeah, that asshole just cost us a push-up. Everybody down. I'm talking to Ice Matrix, not any other student, so shut the fuck up. Ice Matrix, let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, I'll let that one pass. My arms are gonna fall. Okay, read it.
Okay. Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
Nice.
I don't know if it was just my arms were so tired I didn't want to say down, or that was actually not bad. What did you students say?
I think I'll let it slide. That was better. That was better.
Rob Show, what do you say?
It was better. It was better than the first few times that we were doing push-ups on it.
High School 101, what do you say, man?
Yeah, it definitely feels better. It's off to a good start.
Blue?
I thought it was good enough.
Okay. I think that I was hoping to get to your intro, but I'm scared for you to read the rest of it. I don't think I don't want to get that buff. Okay, I'll tell you what. You're gonna have to keep working on it, and then we're gonna have to read the rest of it. But I want you to give me we got to make it through at least a Is this a paragraph that you have right here? How long is it?
It's pretty long.
Oh.
Probably 1,500, quite a few paragraphs.
No, I just want one paragraph.
Okay.
How long is the first paragraph?
Just a couple more sentences.
Yeah, just a couple more sentences. You keep saying that, but I keep doing 1,000 push-ups. Are you gonna promise to read it super slowly? Because you're making everybody do push-ups if you fuck it up.
I will do my best.
I don't want your best. I want you to do it right.
Okay, I'll do it right.
All right. Okay, let me ask you a question. Everybody in the push-up position.
Sit-ups. Let's do sit-ups.
Fuck your sit-ups. Everybody in the push-up position.
Ah.
All right.
Oh.
Ice Matrix, I gotta ask you a question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Everybody down. I thought you were supposed to slow down, man. What happened? Why are you fucking everybody over? Ice Matrix.
I'm sorry.
Ice Matrix, I don't care about your sorry. I want you to do it right. I'm gonna ask you a question, Ice Matrix.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, good enough. Okay, read it. Do it. Everybody in the push-up position. Go.
Okay. Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family.
Okay, I want you to read it Slowly, but not like you're a Google bot.
I see what you mean.
Not growing up, I had very limited social interactions. I want you to read it like this. Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded. Exactly like I read it. That's the way I want you to read this paragraph.
Right, I understand.
Good. Then do it. Everybody push up position. Go.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions.
Hold on. Everybody down. What happened to kicking the guy in the well? I didn't say read it delicately. Read it the way I read it. Listen to my voice. Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded. Do you hear my voice tone?
I do.
Mimic my voice tone. Everybody push up position. Let's go. Go, man.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions.
Everybody down. Fuck. Ice Matrix, man, why do you hate us? Why do you hate us, man?
I don't.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Are you ready?
Try.
I don't want you to try. I want you to do it right. Slow down. Listen to my tone. Mimic my tone.
Like I am.
Become a parrot. Become a parrot. Mimic my tone.
Okay.
Go.
Growing up, I had very limited interactions with people outside of my family. And even within my family, I was often shy, private, and guarded.
Whew. Keep going.
I had no real friends ever. I didn't start going to school until the 2nd grade. My family lived way out in the country, and there weren't any other kids around to play with. I do have 2 younger brothers, which was good. However, I was often a jerk to them, or tried to avoid them, and I still feel bad about that. They were, and are, definitely closer with each other than with me.
Oh, fuck. Woo-hoo. Oh. Shit. I gotta give a standing ovation, man. Oh.
That was better?
Thank you.
You didn't feel me suffering any push-ups, did you? Thank you, man.
Thank you. Really.
That was nice.
I hated you for the whole time you were speaking until just then. Congratulations.
I love the operation.
You made me not hate you for the first time in your life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, welcome to the Academy.
Thank you.
You punk.
Good arm pumps. The dramatic
The dramatic introduction of Ice Matrix. I'm gonna change your name to Push Up Matrix. All right. Oh, fuck. Okay, my brain is so fried I can't even think right now, so I can't even ask you any new questions as a new student right now. Let me think. No, I'm just going to skip the podcast topics. Okay. Next. Put in special notes in High School 101. We were tortured by Ice Matrix push-ups.
Okay. There's a torture in parentheses.
Yeah, just put Ice Matrix push-up. Made us do push-ups. Torture in parentheses.
I'll just put didn't let us sit down.
No, I want the word torture in there. I want there to be a monument to the suffering he put me through on his first day.
Remember this day.
Remember this day. Mark it. This day in history. November 12th, 2011. The day Ice Matrix tortured Manhood Academy with push-ups.
Okay, I'll mark it.
All right, next topic on the podcast. Did we cover time to make a plan?
No. We just finished the introduction. Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Full speed.
This is, oh no, you know what? We did because it was schedules. I think we talked about schedules last podcast.
We did.
Okay, so we're gonna skip by trays. That was covering the schedule. Okay. So we're gonna skip that one. We're going back to, next one is, let's see here. What's the next one? High School 101's EM report. Down at the bottom here. Let's see. Oh, yes, I remember this.
We covered that.
No, he put up a new one recently, right, High School?
Yeah, that was my latest one.
Yeah. Okay, it's down at the bottom. Here we go. It's on actually, we could skip that one. We did 21. Actually, we did that one, but I think there's a new one we got to cover, though.
We're on page 23.
Yeah, I think he has a new. a new one that we need to cover. Let me see if we can go to the bottom here of 23. Let's go to page 23 of high school's EM reports here.
I sent you guys all the link. Thanks, man.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Let me go to that. Click
No
on
problem.
it. Beep. Beep. All right. Let's see here. After that, we talk some more and then we finish his workout. Oh, was this the workout one? The workout buddy?
Yeah, it was that one.
I think didn't we cover this already?
I thought we did, but...
Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure we covered this one. Good. Okay. We can scratch that off. Next. Whew, we're going right through these real quick. Sweet. Next one.
I didn't hear my report on the last podcast, though. Maybe I gotta listen again.
Maybe you gotta listen again. I'm pretty sure we covered. Didn't we cover it, Boggles?
From what I remember, we covered...
We talked about him working out with his buddy. Did we talk about him working out with his buddy?
And then his buddy came and hung out at his room. And
Yeah, isn't that the buddy he went working out with and you were talking to, and then all of a sudden you guys went to hang out?
Yeah. The workout buddy was after the guy came to my room.
Oh, so this is a different one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we do got to cover this one. Okay. So after that, he talked some more, finished his workout, and told me he was going home. I happened to be done hanging out with him at the gym, and walking home with someone is in my plans anyway. Ah, there we go. Okay. I think we covered this. I think I remember the sentence. After that, we talked some more. Then he finished his workout and told me he was going home. I happened to be done and hanging out at the gym and walking home with someone had been in my plans anyway.
I don't know what sentence too for some reason, but I don't know.
I'm almost positive we covered that.
I don't recall. Well, I know you had it as a podcasting topic. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe you just forgot to cover it.
I'm pretty sure we covered this report. Anybody not remember this report? Wasn't it covered in the last podcast? Anybody listen to the last podcast?
Yeah, I don't recall it being there.
Did we cut? We definitely covered one of High School 101's reports. Which was it?
Probably the one he came to the room. And we definitely covered that one. I didn't hear anything about the one after that where I go for a workout.
Okay, let's cover it then. Okay, so it starts at the top of page 23, I believe, right?
No, it's not the top. It's like, where is it? Oh no, it is the top actually.
Top of page 23. Okay, everybody go to the top of page 23. Thursday, 10/27. Today I practiced giving people incentive to talk to me. What's wrong with that sentence, Blue?
Blue, you alright? Okay, hello?
Blue had a heart attack. Blue, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you on the top of page?
Yeah, I heard my name, sorry.
Are you on the top of page 23?
Is this the one where it says chat?
What are you doing? What are you doing over there, man? What's distracting you?
It was a little slow on the phone.
Blue, talk to me, man. What's distracting you?
No, I just came back from the job interview and I was talking to the lady.
Oh, you're talking to the lady. Okay,
Yeah,
Rob Show.
I think I have a job back.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Congratulations.
Rob Show, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
That was the greatest thing I ever heard Blue say.
I know.
Rob Show, you there?
Yo.
Yo, Rob Show, you at the top of page 23?
No.
Of course not. Fucking Rob Show. Fucking fail student.
Call that Blue.
Whenever I listen to Rob's advice in the forum, I just completely ignore it. Okay, next, let's see here.
They have practice giving people incentive to talk to them.
Okay, Blue, you on top page 23?
Yeah.
Okay, what's wrong with that first sentence? Today I practice giving people incentive to talk to me.
He's not telling us how he gave incentive.
What's that?
He's just telling us that he gave incentive. He's not describing how he gave people incentive.
Why is this an especially bad sentence for High School 101 to be writing? Boggles.
Because this is the exact same thing we covered last time, where he always talks about how he punishes people, but he never talks in detail about how he rewarded others. He's always talking about punishment.
Yes, we don't want to hear about what you're doing, like how you're doing. Actually, let me rephrase that. We don't want to hear about what you think you're doing. We want to know what you're actually doing. So when you're talking about, hey, I gave these people incentive, or I punished these people and to form a relationship, we don't care about that. What do we care about, Boggles?
Exactly what he's doing, especially when he's rewarding, because he's kind of specific.
Boggles, what do we care about? I don't care about you going off on a tangent. I care about you answering my question.
Yeah, and I thought I was answering the question.
No, what do we care about?
Him specifically telling us what he's saying when he's rewarding or punishing people, rather than just saying that he's rewarding and punishing people.
Yes, we want to hear the specifics. So if you say, hey, I bought somebody an ice cream, or hey, I gave somebody a hug, That is a definite example of reward. We can look at that and go, yes, he did reward somebody. We don't have to have you tell us, hey, I gave somebody some incentive, or hey, I rewarded somebody. We can actually see it in your actions or your words.
Yeah, so Plum, I should have said I attempted to give them incentive.
Yeah, we don't even need to hear that sentence.
Yeah. That's the point.
Oh, okay. Just
Irrelevant. Why do I care about that? If I see you in your report actually doing that, and there's a little bracket that says, I rewarded this person after I see your action or your words, won't I know that? Why will you need to tell me that? What's the point of telling me that?
There's no point in it. If I just do it, I'm actually doing it, then it should speak for itself.
Yeah, that is the point. So don't tell me about what you're doing, because often this is what?
Delusional.
Yes, it's delusional. We need to see you doing it. You need to see you doing it. Because you are under the impression that you are rewarding people properly and you are punishing people properly when you obviously are not. Let me tell you something. How will you know, or let me ask you a question, how will you know if you're rewarding or punishing someone properly? High School 101. How will you know?
How will I know when they want to meet my expectations?
Yes. Overall, how will you know that you are punishing and rewarding properly? What will be the end result of that?
Will be a good relationship.
Yes, you'll have a relationship with a person. If you don't have good relationships at the end of the day with the people you're interacting with, there is a problem in the way you are rewarding or punishing them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a problem with both.
Exactly. So let's get going. Actually, you could read this since it's your report. Go ahead.
Okay. After this, I said, I have another German friend number 8.
Friend number 8. Have you ever heard of calling these guys like Sven or Jim or Hank? Like make up a fake name, because when you name them friend 8 and friend 7 and friend 6, it's so much more confusing to pay attention to the numbers. Why don't you just give them a fake name?
Okay, yeah, better abolish the numbering system. Got it.
Yeah, or just use their first name. Nobody will know.
Yeah, nobody cares and nobody knows. If you call somebody Jim, who knows?
Yeah, I was trying to be like super private, but
you can be super private, but just think of a fake name. I mean, it's not a requirement. You could still use friend 8. I'm just saying it might be a little more convenient for other people to follow along rather than friend 17, friend 14.
Yeah, I'd rather read a name Jeff or something than friend 8.
Yeah, I'd rather people not try to guess. So.
Okay, don't worry about it. Keep going. Nobody cares about your life that much that they want to guess anyway.
Okay.
That's how delusional you are. You actually think people are caring about your life when you haven't even given them a reason to care about your life.
Okay. So next sentence is, I met him at a party about a month ago, and I eaten dinner as well as hung out with him at the gym a few times. Most of the time, I'd see him with his other friends from Germany, and I'd also talk to them. I was walking from my dorm on the way to the gym when I happened to see friend number 8 in front of me. He was on his way to the gym, too. Our pretense for hanging out was working out of the gym, so I went there and joined him. I hung out with him in the gym 2 days before. Wait
a second. You happened to see him? Did you guys plan to meet, or did you bump into each other, or did you actually plan to go together?
Okay, well, I was planning to go to the gym at that time, but usually he goes at that time, but no, I didn't premeditate.
I don't care about your explanation. I want to see if it's relevant to your report or not. It sounds like you just happened to bump into him, but it also sounds like you're saying that you plan to meet up with him. So I don't know which it is, to be clear in your report.
Okay, well, I bumped into him.
All right, keep going.
Okay. I hung out with him in the gym 2 days before, and we told quite a few jokes and shared personal details of our lives. So this time I felt more free talking to him. When I walked in...
Okay, is all that relevant?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not talking about what happened on the day of the...
Yes, that's what I care about. I don't care about your Charles Dickens story, because most likely it's bullshit. Your idea of giving people incentive is, what did you do today? That's not incentive. But if you write like you're having a Charles Dickens story here, it sounds like you did a really good job. But how would I know that? I don't care about these irrelevant details. These are editorials, which you think are happening when they're not happening. Get rid of them. Get to the point.
Yeah, you just care like just about what's happening, what I did.
Stick to observations.
Okay.
Keep going.
In other words, I said what was on my mind, that's generic, what's up, or how are you doing? We just went back and forth talking. Our conversation went on and on for an hour and a half, during which time he talked as much as I did, if not more.
Okay, if you want to summarize all this crap, you could do that at the end of the report, so I could skip it. But start off getting to the point. Because I don't care about any of that. I care about seeing that, not you describing it. Because when you describe something, I don't even trust it.
Okay, so today I had a conversation with this guy. I just go straight to it. Yeah. Okay, so it's here's some small... Yo, what happened to your wife?
Hold on, Terminator. You're breaking up.
How do I sound now? Still kind of shitty.
Hang up on him. Call him back. Oh, so much suspense.
Okay.
So much suspense.
Oh, where the hell did he go? I just happened to call. Oh, you came back. Okay, how do I sound now? You sound better.
Perfect. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Then we go to the conversation. First of all, I just walk straight in and I say, me, only a German could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts. And I say in brackets, conveying my reaction. Then friend number 8 says...
Okay, wait. Is this how you speak to the guy? Only a German could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts. I don't want you to read it like you're reading a story. I want you to read it like you're talking to this guy.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know who could be friend number 8?
Bottles.
Rob Show.
Yo.
Yeah, Rob Show. Are you on the same page?
Rob? I think I'm on the same page.
Rob always sounds like he's in the back of the class.
Spaceman, wake up. You're friend number 8. You see friend number 8 there?
Yeah, I see friend. It's right under me.
Okay, you're gonna be reading. You're gonna be doing dialogue with High School 101. Go, me.
Only a German could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts.
And guess what? Blue's gonna be brackets. Blue.
Who's conveying my reaction?
Okay, you. Let's see, Boggles. You're gonna be agreeing or disagreeing. You and Blue are in charge of figuring out if that is correct or not. Okay.
Sure, Blue can read it out and I'll call him out.
All right, go for it. Start over. Let's go.
Only a German could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts. Conveying my reaction. Yes, you could do that. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with that?
Hold on. I'm saying something.
What the fuck is wrong with that?
To me, it seems like he's conveying his reaction.
Anybody know what's wrong with that?
It's not a bracket option.
DVP. He's gonna be the main editor since he's got the brains around here. What should be in there?
What'd you say, Paul?
What should be in there, DVP?
I don't know, but it shouldn't be that. That's all I know.
Well, you should know. Somebody should know. Everybody should know, in fact.
Stating expectation?
Rob Show, you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. Yeah, me neither. I'd rather go with the reaction.
I'm asking Rob Show, not you.
Alright.
Rob Show.
No.
Rob Show.
Yeah.
What should the answer be? What do you think?
We're built for this climate, Scandinavians. Like the Danish or the Swedish people. Definitely.
Yeah.
Rob Show, I'm asking you about the brackets.
Convey his reaction.
First of all, that doesn't... Wait, why am I asking? You don't even know how to write an EM report yet. Who knows how to write an EM report? Who knows what should be in the brackets?
Nobody.
Yeah, obviously nobody. I want you and Blue and DVP to figure out what should go in those brackets.
I know what should be in the brackets.
Blue, what should be in the brackets?
Not pleasure, but what's the other word? I got it. Rewarding. Rewarding. Fuck.
Hey.
Attempting to reward.
Hey, Blue.
Yes.
Where can the new guys like Mr. Matrix and Monar, where can they find these directions for how to fill out an EM report?
They can go to the expectation management section, and one of the first posts is how to write an EM report.
Right. So what's the problem here? Is it that nobody knows how to write an EM report? Is that why you guys don't know what belongs in there?
Yes.
No, that's not the answer. What's the answer? You need to tell the new students.
We don't read the EM guidelines thoroughly. We're not reading the EM guidelines.
No, you guys are reading the EM guidelines, but what's the problem? What's the real problem?
Forgetting it to include...
No, what's the real problem? Anybody know what the... Can anybody tell the new students? Because the new students are going to encounter this problem too.
Being lazy and not...
Yes! You are lazy assholes. Correct. That is the correct answer. We have podcasts explaining the EM guidelines. We have several podcasts explaining the EM guidelines. We have the EM guidelines themselves. You guys are allowed to ask questions. There are EM reports all over the fucking place. So the real reason is you are lazy assholes. That is the correct answer. If you do not know what goes in those brackets. Now, the new students, obviously, they have no idea what's going on, so they have an excuse. They haven't even read the EM guidelines. But you guys have listened to the podcasts. You have read the EM guidelines, hopefully. If not, you're a lazy asshole. And if you have read them, You're still lazy, asshole, because you should know that there's plenty of examples here, and you can also ask the other students, number one, and the instructor, and you could, there's a billion different ways to get the answer to what belongs in these brackets. And also, whose EM report is this?
High school.
Is this High School 101's first day?
No.
No.
That's why I was surprised, because he's pretty diligent.
Yeah, he's a pretty diligent guy. That's why I just chalked this up
Yeah.
to lazy Indian syndrome.
Bipolar Indian syndrome.
Bipolar. High School 101. Do you know what belongs in those brackets?
Attempting to reward.
Does anybody know what belongs in those brackets?
I'm going to stick with stating expectation. After reading
Okay, we have one for stating expectation. Do we have any other people that agree with stating expectation?
No, I'm just going to say rewarding. Rewarding.
Rewarding.
Rewarding is like conveying his reaction.
Okay, instead of me just giving you the right answer, can you guys try to justify why you think, DVP, why do you think it's stating expectation? And then I want to hear from the guys who think it's rewarding. DVP, go ahead.
Because, alright, I just reread the EM guidelines, and he says, one of the examples is, I like tacos, and he says stating expectation. Now, I don't really think, normally, before reading them, I didn't think that was an expectation. It's very similar to saying only a German could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts.
Okay.
Because when somebody says, I like tacos, a lot of the guys here, they think that's an incentive and rewarding. He's just conveying, okay. But I got a lot of things I gotta do anything, though. I'm just making a joke, basically. I know, but this guy, in the example, he's not expecting anybody to do anything. He's just saying, I like tacos. But in the bracket, it still says same expectation. That should be kind of the right example. Well, I don't get how I'm setting expectations. I think that should be fixed. It should be rewarding by conveying his reaction.
Okay, guys who think it's rewarding, why do you think it's rewarding?
It's rewarding because he's conveying his reaction, and, I mean, that is rewarding.
Blue, do you agree?
It's rewarding.
Well, okay. Well, in a way, when you read the sentence, it's kind of like punishing.
Oh, we got punishment. We got a third option now. It's punishment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I assume he said it in like a teasing way. If he's teasing, then it would be like rewarding.
Yeah.
Okay. Is friend number 8? Is friend number 8 an enemy?
No.
Is he trying to start a fight with friend number 8?
No.
What is he trying to do with friend number 8?
He's trying to reward him with his reaction.
Yes, he's conveying his reaction to what he's seeing him wearing shorts.
Yeah.
So this is a reward. This is not an expectation. This is a reward. Yeah. What is his expectation then if this is just a reward?
I expect to get into a relationship with it.
Yes, that is his expectation. I want to be bros. This is not an expectation. This is a reward. He's conveying his reaction. Even the clue is right there. I'm conveying my reaction.
Yeah.
That should tell you right there what it is.
DBP is confused by the example, so the example needs to be fixed.
Well, the example, you got to understand, everything's not going to be straightforward. You have to understand the context. Like if I say, I like tacos, is that a reward or is that an expectation?
It could be an expectation.
It could be both.
Yeah, it could be either or. Okay.
When you're stating an expectation, let's say somebody says, I hate tacos. And I say, I like tacos. Is that a reward or is that an expectation?
Competing expectations.
Right, it's a competing expectation. If somebody says, I love tacos, and let me say, if they would say,
I love tacos too.
And
but you know what? I think the difference between I like tacos and only a German could survive. In this one, it's clearly a reaction to me.
Right.
In that one, it could be, it's more an expectation when I say I like something.
I just want to make sure the EM guidelines are clear. Not that the EM guidelines shouldn't be confusing to you guys.
Yeah. So if I look up I say I like ice cream, I don't think that's a reward. It's always an expectation when I say I like something. When I actually read the full example, I see where I fucked up, and I understand what you mean now when you said read it in context. Because by itself, I can see why I got confused, but now that I read it with her reaction, I can see why it says stating expectation. Because like you said, it could be either.
Okay.
I don't see how when I say I like ice cream, it can be a reward.
Yeah, I was thinking of an example. I can't think of one, so.
Well, Plum, maybe like below where the guy says, I like tacos, stating my expectation, you could add a note saying that it could either be rewarding by trying to like convey a reaction or like starting a conversation. I think you could, or you could just put like a slash in the bracket saying, stating my expectation / attempting to reward. Oh, so if I say I like tacos, they're so good, I guess you're rewarding a little bit in there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it could be either or if you add like something to it to convey a reaction to something.
Okay.
So it could be either case. That's why it's so important to have context. Because if I say you asshole, but you're my buddy and I got you in a headlock and I'm giving you a noogie and I love you.
Yeah.
That's a reward.
Okay.
That's even though I'm calling you an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's important. It's important to understand, number one, the intention. What is your expectation? Obviously, we could tell that he is trying to make friends with this guy, not fight this guy. So we have to look, number one, at his expectation. Then we got to see, is this fitting the expectation? Now, if it says he punched him in the face, and he was trying to reward him and create a relationship, we would go, there's a problem. He is punishing him. That's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to look at, number one, what his expectation is. His expectation isn't to talk about this guy in a t-shirt and shorts. That's not an expectation. So that tells us right off the bat.
He's trying to reward
He's trying to reward
by conveying his reaction
by conveying the reaction.
to his experience.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, new guy. Ice Matrix.
Yeah.
Is that sinking in?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Good. Congratulations. Wait, what's the other guy? Monmon?
I see the
No,
matrix.
I'm.
Hello, Indian guy? Slumdog. I don't remember your name. I'm just going to call you Slumdog. Is this sinking in, Slumdog?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, next. Keep going.
How about I see matrix? He didn't reply.
He did.
Yes.
You didn't hear him. Ice Matrix, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, he's here. So there you go. Keep going.
Okay, next one is me. I say, yeah, Scandinavians are even more badass when it comes to weather, but Europe is pussy weathers compared to us. In the northern part of America, it regularly gets below zero. And then I say, I don't remember the rest of what I said, and then I have no brackets for what I'm doing there.
Bracket guys. Blue, what's going on? Blue.
I'm trying to figure out why he said that. He's making condensation.
Blue.
That's a
Attempt to reward.
yeah, that's a reward.
Yeah. Attempting to reward.
Yeah, it's an attempt.
Let me ask the head editor. DVP, you agree? Or is that stating expectation?
No, I agree.
How do you know it's a reward?
Because he's conveying his reaction the same way he did just longer.
Right. What's the Indian way to reward? Talk about the weather.
Yeah. Jumping out as a reward because it's kind of.
Is this rewarding to somebody? Let me ask you guys. Let's say High School 101 was talking to you. I want to honestly know, if you're talking about this and he's telling his, the weather jokes and whatnot, do you find this a rewarding thing to talk about? Like if I told you, let me be Plum. I'll be Plum. And you guys are all going to be friend number 8. And I'm just talking to you guys. Okay? And you guys are the German guy. You guys got to picture yourself with with shorts, and you're German.
Yeah.
You're a German in t-shirt and shorts, okay? And I'm Professor Plum. I'm your buddy. I'm going to be High School 101, okay? So I'm going to be talking to you. And I say, only a German guy could survive this cold weather in a t-shirt and shorts. Yeah, Scandinavians are even more badass when it comes to weather. But Europe has pussy winters compared to us. In the northern part of America, it generally gets below zero.
I was like, okay. Yeah, not much of my reaction there. I feel like I'm telling him facts, but I was saying it in like a joking context, and then he gave me like a response after that.
Yeah, so what if he gave you a response? He could punch you in the face. That's a response too. Anything is a response. The fact that he gave you a response is irrelevant. You're looking for a good response, not just a response.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to address that. Like, you do the same thing with me. Like, when you call me and you're like, yeah, I was socializing with this guy and this guy and this guy, and you do a rundown. I think you think it's rewarding, but it's not.
I mean, you just ask sometimes.
Okay, does anybody, forget these Indian guys talking. Does anybody have any opinion about what I just told you guys? I'm your buddy, your friend number 8, and I just said, you guys were listening, you heard me. Rob, what's your opinion?
About what?
God.
Fucking Rob.
Friend number 8, Rob, it's your opinion, Cracksman.
Opinion about what?
Blue, what's your opinion?
Well, the way he says it,
The way I said it to you.
it's not very rewarding. Like I know he's trying to reward.
What's not rewarding? Talk to me.
Like when he says, yeah, Scandinavians are even more badass. I guess it's rewarding, but it's not. There's not a lot of degree of expression.
Not a lot of degree of expression. Degree of what?
Like badassness.
What's the point of expression?
To convey your reaction and to bring people into your experience.
To convey your reaction, which is to convey what? What's it ultimately to convey?
You. To convey yourself.
Yeah.
So,
High school is missing.
are we saying that High School 101 is weather? He's weather patterns?
Talking about things that the other person.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah, he's talking about like external things. have nothing to do with himself.
Yeah, I didn't really relate it to myself. I didn't like relate it to the other person. I said, yeah.
So what's the problem when High School 101 delusionally thinks he's rewarding everybody? What's the problem here?
Everybody's actually being punished to some degree.
Yeah, they're being punished. He's trying to form a relationship by punishing people.
Mm-hmm.
How are they being punished, DBP?
Well, by boring us to death.
Yeah, he's boring us to death with information.
The thing is, I would get kind of like upset, kind of pissed off, like just kind of like
Oh, Rob's paying attention now. Let's hear your opinion on this, Rob, since you're paying attention now.
Well, the thing is, like it seems like he's saying something just to say something.
Yeah.
It's kind of just blah blah blah.
Yeah. He thinks, in my mind, I'm thinking this guy like thinks he's being cool, but he's not.
I love the Rob.
Very succinct way of putting it.
Trump, but here's the thing. He's trying though. How else would he try? Like I'm trying to,
Well, that's not. Is it bad? Let me ask you a question. Is it bad to say these things?
Well, it's kind of like I kind of look down on it. I'm like, yeah, this guy like thinks he's cool, but he's not. But he's trying, so it's like whatever. That's how I feel.
That's a very vague, nondescript, useless answer. Blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
But I feel.
Yeah, but it still means nothing to me. It doesn't convey anything to me about this that's relevant. Blue. What?
Yeah.
Is it bad to say these things? Like he's talking about the weather and you're wearing t-shirts and shorts and blah, blah, blah. Is that bad?
It's not inherently bad. People do that all the time. It's just boring.
Because they don't know what else to talk about. I think they are trying to start conversation.
Right. They're just trying to start a conversation like it's really cold outside. But what's the point? Let me ask you a question then. What is the point of him hanging out with this guy? Number one, we have to get back to that to see what is the point.
Relationship with him. To get a relationship.
Right. So
Good relationship.
what does that mean? Get a relationship. That's so vague. What's that mean?
Yeah, I mean like form a relationship, not just get a relationship.
Yes.
That's vague. Form a relationship, get a relationship. Who cares? What does that mean?
to become friends with him.
How?
Basically connect with the person.
How? That's so vague. I'm not into mysticism. What are we talking about? How?
How? Like having a good time with him.
Okay, there we go. A good time.
Yeah.
What is a good time?
Where we can exchange.
Where you're both experiencing pleasure.
Okay.
You're both, exchanging back and forth.
So should he make out with this guy?
No.
No.
So what do you mean when you say pleasure? You guys are all using these fucking vague terms. I don't care about these vague terms. I want to know specifically. I'm a student. I don't know how to create a relationship. I don't know how to reward somebody. You need to explain that to me.
You need to convey
For rewarding, I want to bring this guy, let this guy know, like, how I'm like, make it very easily accessible to him so that he has a reason to, like, there's a reason.
Who's speaking right now? Who's speaking right now?
That's me.
Well, hold on. Who's speaking right now?
That was me.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from you because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I want to hear from somebody else.
I think when you want to form a relationship, you need to talk about subjects which are more interesting. Whether it's the most boring subject. And
No. Subjects are not interesting. That's the wrong answer.
it's
Somebody
not about
else.
the content.
I'm sorry, who?
How you interface with the world or interact.
That's a great AT&T answer. If I want to buy a phone, I'll ask you. Rob Show, you got an answer?
Well, that was just my opinion. I was just like adding to what you're saying. It's not about the context.
Well,
It's about your reaction to an experience that you're trying to convey.
Okay. Why is that important, by the way?
I never truly understood it.
Well, let's understand it now. That's the problem we have here. You need to understand it.
I understand it on like a philosophical level. You're trying to convey you to the other person, but what does that mean? What's the, like?
Well, why didn't you ask that question when you heard it?
I'm a faggot.
Why didn't you ask that question when you heard it?
Because I'm a pussy.
Exactly. So that's what we need to know. That is a personal reaction. You saying you're a pussy. That's what I want to know. That forms a relationship because that tells me about you.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay.
DBP.
Yes.
I want to form a relationship. I want a reward. How do I do it?
By making the other person comfortable with you.
How do I do that?
And,
That's vague.
how do you do that?
Well,
I don't know.
none of us know how to create relationships here properly.
Well, maybe that's part of the podcast. We're talking about creating relationships. How do I create a relationship? Let's go down. Let's break it down right now. Okay.
That's one by with your reactions, and even that.
There's a Boggles. He's a new guy. Okay, no. Actually, let's talk about somebody I don't know. Ice Matrix.
Oh, never mind.
Ice Matrix, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. When you answer, just give me a yes or no, not the I don't need all those little extra sounds that indicate that you are neurotic. I know you're neurotic already. I want you to practice giving me a definite and clear answer.
Say yes.
Yes.
Ice Matrix, are you there?
Yes.
That's what I want to hear. Okay. So you and me, we hate each other right now because you made me do push-ups. Or at least I hate you. You may like me, but I hate you. Okay, so I want to form a relationship with you now. Okay, let's pretend you didn't force me to do push-ups. I want to get to know you. You want to get to know me. We want to be buddies. We want to hang out. What would you think we'd talk about?
But where we're from?
Why do we want to talk about where we're from?
Because it provides context so you kind of get to know something about the other person.
Something about the other person. Is it bad to talk about that, Blue, where we're from?
No, not bad.
Not bad at all. That's actually a good one because, again, conveying your reactions has to do with conveying you. So if it contributes to conveying you, it's good. So, for instance, if I'm from Boston, and I don't know where the other guy's from, he's from California, that's okay to say, hey, I'm from Boston, or ask the other guy, where are you from? Because now this talks about maybe we could find something that we have in common that we could relate to, because ultimately we're trying to relate. The reason why we're giving our reactions to our experiences is so we can relate to those experiences. So I can be brought into your experience. So you can be brought into my experience. That's why we bring about things like, where are you from? I might not be from Boston, and I don't know what it's like to be from Boston. He might not be from California, not know what it's like to be from California. But if he could bring me into that experience and say, hey, I'm from Boston. Even the homeless people are smart over there. Everybody is like super educated, no matter how rich or poor they are. They're very sarcastic. They're very, they're very opinionated. They'll tell you what's on their mind. That gives me a sense of what it's like to live in Boston, what it's like to be you in Boston. So what you're speaking about is largely irrelevant. What matters is you bring your personal reaction to that experience, to what you're speaking about. That makes the other person attracted to you because they become your eyes and your ears. They get to experience what it's like to be you. That is what you should be talking about, not subjects. You. Every subject eventually gets back to you because you are the one living in the world. I mean, if you're talking about the weather, like the weather in Spain, and on the Weather Channel I heard it was this and this and this, who cares? I can look up Google, and I can Google the weather in Spain. I can Google the weather in Scandinavia. Why do I need you to tell me it? What I need is when you are watching the Weather Channel or you're watching a Nova special on the weather in Scandinavia and you heard something and you thought about something, it made you think about something, it made you have a reaction to that. That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Like basically, it's giving a reason to be getting the information like from you.
Yes. If I don't have a reason to get the information from you,
talk about like how you didn't like the news anchor on there.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
If I have no reason to get the information from you, why should I get the information from you? If you're going to tell me something like, I like pizza, that may be your personal reaction, but if I can find out that other people like pizza or pizza's good, why do I need to get that information from you? Now, if you like pizza and you're conveying, oh, I love pizza, and you give me the voice inflection, and I see your face, your eyes closed, and you get a smile on your face, then guess what? It's no longer I like pizza, but it's an expression of your reaction to the pizza. Then it becomes personal. That's when you say, I like pizza. Then it's meaningful. Now listen to Ice Matrix say, I like pizza. Go ahead.
I like pizza.
Okay. That was better than when he first started speaking.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Which one sounds more interesting? I like pizza. And you say it. Go ahead.
I like pizza.
Which one's more interesting?
First one.
Why?
Because it conveys you.
Well, he conveyed him.
Oh.
But he didn't convey himself enough. There's actually a person underneath his expression that is being stifled by the way he's expressing things. He's mumbling, he's stuttering like a fuck, he's speaking super fast, he's speaking monotone. But that's not exactly what he wants to convey because he has all kinds of emotions connected with his experiences, but he's not able to convey them. So when he speaks to you, he says, I like pizza. Pizza's good. I also like having sex. Sex is good. I also like cars. Cars are good. I like going to Disneyland. Disneyland is good. Does he like all those things the same? No. But he's not able to convey that because all these problems in his expression are preventing the other person from seeing the degree of his personal experience. They're only getting one degree, the retard monotone degree. I love this. This was a great experience. She is a pretty girl. I like her. I had a tragedy in the family. My father died. I am having a tough time in school. I can't learn these things. Where is the person behind that? That is conveying information. Do people have family members that die? Do other people have family members that died besides this guy?
Yeah.
Yes. So why do I care about this guy's family member dying? I can Google family members dying. Why do I care about him liking sex? I could go look at porn on the internet and find sex. Why do I need to, or I could go get a girlfriend and have sex. Why do I need to hear from him?
You don't.
That's my point. If you don't need to hear from him, you won't want to hear from him. Unless he brings his personal reaction to his world,
Emotion.
to all his experiences, nobody will care to know him. Yes, who has the question?
No, Monard just shouted emotion, which is part of it.
I'm sorry, who just had the question?
I didn't have any question. I basically said we need to show our emotion while we talk to others.
Show of emotion. Yes, not just showing emotion, but to bring your degree of that experience. So, like, let's say you go to the dentist, right? You don't enjoy the dentist generally. You don't just say, I didn't enjoy the dentist, if you really don't like the dentist. But if it's just it's just a modicum of discomfort, just a little sliver of discomfort, you might say, I don't like the dentist too much. But still, there's a difference between I don't like the dentist too much and saying, oh, I hate the dentist. Every time I go there, it drives me nuts, right? There is an inflection there, and the inflection is doing what? What does the inflection do, Blue?
The inflection adds.
It doesn't add. What does the inflection do?
The animates
degree.
Hold on. Rob Show, what does the inflection do in my voice?
What about the inflection?
Let's see.
Curiosity.
Blue, what does the inflection do in my voice?
It animates your voice. It adds
DBP.
different elements to your expression.
DBP, what does the inflection do in my voice?
It shows the degree of your reaction to whatever it is you're describing.
Yes, it shows the degree of my experience.
Yeah.
When I inflect, you notice when I'm speaking to you, and I'm not just speaking Russian, this tells you that this is important. When I'm over-enunciating something, that means it matters to me. It matters that I want to convey this to you, that it's an important thing. You know, when students or when teachers say things to their students and they start pounding the desk with everything they are saying, why do they do that?
To emphasize fiction to show that's important.
That's right. They're emphasizing something to show importance, that they think this information is more important than the other information that they weren't pounding with their
Being
hand.
emphatic.
They're being emphatic to get a point across. Do you see there's a degree of ranking of your experiences? And if you can't convey that degree of ranking of your experiences, it becomes static information. Google has no degree. Why does Google have no degree?
Because it's not a person.
Yes.
Yes, it's a machine. Everything's the same to a machine.
Yes, exactly.
It does not differentiate between posting pictures of decapitated babies and posting pictures of flowers.
Yeah, everything is zeros and ones to it.
They are the same to Google. But if you see a picture of a flower, it will be vastly different than your reaction to a picture of a dead baby.
Yes.
Yeah, Google has no degrees.
Thank you for clearing that up. The point is, you are not Google. So stop pretending you're Google and thinking that's going to attract people. The monotone, the reason why you're having a monotone voice is you're worried about offending people, but that has just the opposite effect. That definitely offends people. They just won't tell it to you. They'll be offended by doing what? What will they do? How will you know they're offended?
Not talking to
They will not talk to you. Yeah. If you talk like this, if you talk like Google voice, you will offend others and they will stop talking to you.
Sam, go.
Yep. All right, so we went over to start a conversation.
So I'm going to start a conversation. What should I talk about? I want to get to know Ice Matrix. What should I talk about?
Whatever you want to know about him. Okay, so convey
What I don't even know him. What do I want? How do I know what I want to know about him? I don't know him. I don't want to know anything about him.
Huh?
I don't want to know anything about him. I don't know him. I don't want to know anything about him. Why would I want to know anything about him?
If you wanted to be buddies with him, you would want to.
Right. So I would have to, like, let's say I wanted a basketball buddy. I wanted to play basketball. I'd have to have a point to knowing him. I want to have a buddy. Then I have to have a point. So if I have a point, now I say, okay, what can buddies do? What do buddies do?
Hang out.
They hang out. What's hang out mean?
Do activities together.
Okay, so then I got to talk about what?
Just talk about some topic, something that you can do together. Something
Okay,
that you can do together.
so let me ask you a question. For my relationship, when I say, how do I form a relationship, what do I always need to consider? That'll tell me exactly what I need to be doing at any given moment.
What I can do with the other person?
Yes. Why am I forming a relationship? I want to have a buddy. Well, what do I want to do with a buddy? I want to hang out. I want to talk. Well, what do I want to do with him? Well, what do I want to do with him? Well, I want to eat with him. Well, then I should start talking about foods I like. What do I want to do? Just eat with him? No, I want to play tennis. I like tennis. What if he doesn't know how to play? Well, then I need to tell him I can play tennis. I learned this tennis. It's easy to play. Da-da-da. So I need to talk about whatever I want to do. My expectations dictate exactly what I should be saying.
Okay, what if I want to just talk to my buddy? I like talking
Okay, so what do you like talking about then?
about life, about...
Okay, so if you know what you want to talk about, you already know what you should talk about then with your buddy. You don't need to ask me. The problem is you're not clear with your expectations.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, then you just answer your question. When you're clear with your expectations, you'll know exactly what to talk about with a total stranger.
Because right now I know I want to talk with high school, but
Well,
I don't about...
what do you want to do with high school? High school is... Yeah, but I don't want to talk to high school. I don't want to talk about the weather. Well, so what do I need to do if I want to talk to high school?
Make them do things you want to do.
Yes, I need to talk to them about stuff I want to talk about.
Well, all I know is I want to talk, but I don't know what to talk about.
Well, there you go. You need to know then. First, you need to have expectations. Number one, if you just start trying to form a relationship without expectations, that is going to crash and burn. That is why all your relationships crash and burn, because you have no expectations going into them. You're just like, oh, I want to talk. I just want to have fun. Your expectation is, I want to have fun. But you think you'll just randomly talk to people and have fun.
All right. Okay,
For instance, you called me yesterday to hang out Friday. You wanted to go to 333 and then go do, walk on Main Street or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought back to last week when we did that. I said this was not fun for me. Therefore, I do not want to repeat the experience of just talking to people if you're not going to do anything, or just talking to random people, or having me lead the thing. I don't want to babysit you. When I hang out, I want you to be able to do something, to have your own expectations. That will cause me to want to hang out with you. If you're always, what should we do? If you're like, what should we do? Where should we go? I don't want to babysit you. So I will not want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That means you need to practice figuring out what your expectations are, which means if you don't know what they are, how are you going to form a relationship with somebody? You need to know what you like, which means you need to start trying things.
So, practically speaking, this means that I should find some common activity we like doing, and then I should bring them into my experience. Basically, whatever incentive I can base them, I should center it around that activity.
Have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
Huh?
Well,
Have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
Has he ever been to the Grand Canyon?
Me? Yeah.
I'm talking to High School 101.
Sorry.
No, I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
Has he been to the Grand Canyon?
That's who?
Your buddy.
No.
Do you want to go to the Grand Canyon?
No.
You don't want to go to the Grand Canyon? Where do you want to go? Where you haven't been?
I want to play pool with him.
Have you played pool before?
Yeah.
What's an activity that you want to do that you've never done before?
I've never done before.
Shooting guns.
Playing indoor soccer.
Okay, playing indoor soccer. You never played indoor soccer. He's never played indoor soccer. Does that mean you're not allowed to talk about it?
No.
What do you need to do if you want to talk about it? You've never played it before.
I would have to ask. I'd have to go find out how it's like to play it. Maybe
Yeah, you'd have to start developing a plan for getting some experience of indoor soccer, outdoor soccer, or indoor soccer. You said indoor soccer, right?
Yeah, indoor.
Indoor soccer. You'd have to start calling around to leagues or looking into information at your campus about indoor soccer. I'm sure there's some games and some leagues. You maybe have to buy some equipment. You'd have to start practicing, sign up, and then you have some experience of it. Then you can talk to them about it. Or you can say, hey, we should sign up for this. It looks cool. You should talk about why it looks cool. Well, I saw this thing on TV about it. I saw a video on YouTube about it. And you describe your reaction. It looks super fun. That creates an expectation, and then you're able to convey that expectation. You're able to convey your reaction to what you experienced on YouTube. You saw guys playing indoor soccer. Now it's fun. Now you can convey why you want to do it. So you don't have to have done something just to get somebody on board with your activity. You just have to be able to convey your reaction to something.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. I was talking to one of my friends about going to a shooting range, and I basically conveyed my reaction to that. He said that he'd like to do it, even though he's never done it before. He already kind of wanted to do it anyway, though.
That is not the point. The point is you want to do it. You have an expectation. Now you need to convey your reaction to it. Convey your reaction to the expectation you have.
All right, I got it. So, say I want to go shooting guns with you, and I'm like, I've never done it, and I would like to do it.
Yeah, so you just saying, hey, I've never done it. I would like to do it. Let's do it. Why do I want to do it?
Yeah.
The movies, okay.
That doesn't make me want to do it. What would make me want to do it, Blue?
If you tell him, if he tells you why he wants to do it.
Yeah, if he went into detail. What is he interested in about the guns? The loud noise, it looks cool. I saw this guy firing. It's awesome. I saw first-person Russian shooter on YouTube. I saw the explosion. It would be so kick-ass if we did this. If he conveys his reaction to what he wants to do, his expectation to whatever it is, then I'm on board, even though we haven't done it yet.
Yeah, because basically I think if he conveys his reaction, I have a reason to think, hey, I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be worth it to go and shoot guns at this guy.
But can I say something, Bob?
Yes, go for it.
Even though he conveys his reaction, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to want to go shooting, but at the very least, you're going to have the pleasure of him describing that to you.
Right, okay. But let's say you don't want to go initially for whatever reason. Now we build a relationship because we talk about other things, and I keep consistently bringing you into my experience through my reactions. Eventually, guess what? I'm going to give you enough incentive where you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to go shoot guns with you, even though initially I didn't want to because there wasn't enough incentive yet. It's just like this. If I say, look, I want you to do a job for me. I want you to mow my lawn. I'm going to pay you 50 cents. What are you going to tell me?
Thank you.
Ice Matrix. I want you to mow my lawn for 50 cents. What are you going to tell me?
No, I don't want to do that.
Wrong. You're going to tell me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Ice Matrix. I'm knocking on your door. Listen. Hey, buddy, can you mow my lawn for 50 cents? And you say,
He already said it.
Ice Matrix, and you say,
Say, fuck up.
there you go. So I fuck off. Now I come back to your house. Ice Matrix, listen. Knocking on your, answer the door, please.
Who's there?
It's me. Professor Plum, I want to talk to you for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Ice Matrix, I want you to mow my lawn. I'm going to pay you $1. And you say,
Fuck up.
okay. And I come back the next day. Hold on. I'm knocking on your door, asshole. Come on.
Yeah, keep going in.
Hey, Ice Matrix, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to mow my lawn, and I'm going to pay you $5.
That's still not quite enough.
Okay, I'm going to come back the next day. Come on, asshole, answer the door.
Alright, come on in.
What the fuck you want?
Open the wall.
Hey, Ice Matrix, I want to ask you something. I want you to mow my lawn. I'm going to pay you $500.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Oh, why did you change your mind, Ice Matrix?
Because you provided a much better incentive.
Yes. So what is the only reason you won't mow my lawn?
Because I want the money.
No, what is the
Because
only
how it's
reason
gonna benefit me.
you won't mow my lawn? Not enough incentive. So, what is the only reason somebody won't go shooting guns with Bogler?
Not enough incentive. Because there's not enough incentive.
Not enough incentive. So, if he keeps conveying his reaction, that is adding dollars to the relationship. Every time you convey your reaction to something, it is dollars to the relationship. Eventually, if I say to a girl, hey, I want to kiss you, and I just met her, she's going to go fuck off. But if I keep talking to her, I keep sharing my experiences with her, I tell her she's beautiful, I buy her dinner, I hold her hand, I walk around with her. After about a month or so, or a week or whatever, and now I tell her, hey, now I want to kiss you, what is she going to do? Oh, I can't wait to kiss you. Why? Because she has more incentive. The only thing, only more money. The only thing preventing a relationship from going forward is the money. And I don't mean literal money. I mean the incentive money. You giving the other person enough incentive, which means you have to take initiative to create the incentive.
Mm-hmm.
All goes back to the saying, nothing in life is free.
Yeah.
Nothing is free.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
If you want her expensive vagina, you have to give her your expensive expression.
You have to work to give her your expression, so it's worth more.
They come built in without having to work, so she has incentive without work.
Yeah, well, she's, naturally visually appealing, so she has incentive. Your incentive is your expression.
Unless she's really fat or something like that.
That's why fat chicks get better head. They got to give more incentive.
Fat chicks are in the negative for their relationship bank account.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm assuming that's another student.
Fat chicks are in debt.
There you go. They're in a recession right now. They're in the Great Depression. Okay, so does that make sense now? Are people on board now on what they should say to form a relationship? It is not step by step by step. That's not how a relationship is formed.
Okay. All right. I'm a little bit unclear on the degree of your expression.
Who is that?
Get it? That's me.
Who's me?
High school.
You got to understand. There's more than one student on here.
Oh, sorry. Then let Boggles go ahead.
Boggles?
Wait.
No, I wanted to know who was speaking.
Well, we both were by high school. Go ahead.
Oh, you guys are confusing Indians. All I wanted to know was who was speaking, not to stop speaking.
High school.
Yeah, that was me. I was the one speaking.
Yeah, who's me is not the answer I was looking for. I was looking for you to identify yourself.
High school 101.
101 is the one speaking.
Thank you.
That is me.
Yes, that's what I was asking.
Okay. So my question was, I'm not quite sure, like, not 100% sure what degree of expression really means. I mean, I know I can go into details of my experience. I can convey my reaction to, like, each individual detail to, like,
Well, let's go through your report. This is why we need the details in your report. Let's talk about degree of expression, okay? So, Boggles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, no, okay, DVP is going to be right back. Blue.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be the guy in charge of telling us what degree of his expression. You're going to rate his degree of expression. 10 being a super enjoyable expression, and 1 being a toilet bowl.
Oh, okay. No, let Blue do that.
All right.
Okay, Blue? Okay, so go ahead, read your part. Where are we at? Oh, actually, it started at the beginning, so it's pretty short right here. So go ahead, right here. Only a German can survive this cold weather.
And a t-shirt and shorts.
Yes. What's your rating? What's your rating, Blue?
I would give, like, from what, 1 to 10?
Yes.
I would give that
Your enjoyment level of hearing that comment.
I would give that a 5.
That's a 5. Okay. He's very generous with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then next one.
Next to me, where I say, yeah, Scandinavians are even more badass when it comes to weather, but Europe has pussy winters compared to us. The northern part of America, it regularly gets below 0.
Well,
What do you rate that, Blue?
I'd give that a 3.
You gave the other one.
Wow.
You gave the first one a 5, the second one a 3. Okay. Read the next one, High School 101.
Hold on. Is he going to do the better ones all at once?
Hold on. Keep going.
Okay, next to me is, yeah, I agree. It gives you a real purpose what you're doing. If you just do it all by yourself in your own little vacuum, it makes you feel like it's not worth it. In a sense, it's like cabin fever, where you want some human contact and then you start slacking out. The human element makes it more satisfying. Time flies when you're having fun with someone, and you just end up doing the exercises out of habit. You're having fun, so you don't even notice.
Blue, what's your rating?
I'd give that a
4?
4.
Yeah.
Why'd you give that a 4?
Too boring.
Yeah, why?
It's boring, but for some reason, like I don't like High School 101's voice.
Yeah, same here.
Why what don't you like about it?
I don't know why I don't like it. I think it's
I know exactly why I don't like it.
To me, it sounds like a nerd speaking, like a monotone guy.
Yes, that's exactly why I don't like. That's why I like Bogler's voice. Even though he has an accent, it's endearing now because I could hear Bogler. Whereas High School 101's accent, I hear a very guarded guy. It is annoying as fuck.
It turns me on. It's like,
this is what I hear. This is what I hear. I hear him attempting to like have voice inflection going up and down, but it's like stolen.
It's like a phony voice inflection.
I speak to high schools like Shino.
I disagree with you guys. Actually.
Okay, let's hear DVP.
I mean, come on, you know that.
90% of the time, it's annoying. Why would I
Shut up, Boggles. Who's speaking? Whose opinion were we listening to? Was it DVP?
Yeah, he's dead by porn. That's the thing.
DVP.
Yeah, so I disagree.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear from DVP.
Mainly because, well, I'm not gonna lie. The first time when I first met High School on Skype, I was only talking to him for experience. But as we got more comfortable with each other, he's not as monotone with me, but his voice is actually endearing to me.
Okay, good. So right now you're saying it's endearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
you're.
didn't really remember like the original voice that I.
But are you speaking about your relationship now, or are you speaking about? We're just speaking about him reading right now, the quality of his reading right now.
No. I thought you guys were talking about it in general, but as of right now, no, I don't find it endearing. But in general, when he's speaking, yeah, I do find it.
Yeah, you're speaking about your relationship that's already formed. We're talking about just right now forming the relationship.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a very monotone, guarded voice, which is like, again, it's like having Google Voice read this back to you from an answering machine.
Like for me, I would prefer.
Let me read what he said. Yeah, I agree. If you give a real purpose for what you're doing, if you just do it all by yourself in your own little vacuum, it can make you feel like it's not worth it. In a sense, cabin fever, where you feel some human contact, but you're like slacking off. The human element is more satisfying. Time flies by when you're having fun with somebody, and you end up just doing the exercise out of habit. You're having fun, so you don't even notice.
So much better.
What's better about that?
Like, I feel you. Like, I feel like I hear you. I can, how do I?
It sounds like a person.
Like, see, in between like a person. Like, even like high school and Death by Porn, I always wish high school had Death by Porn's voice. Even though I talk to high school much more than Death by Porn.
Now, if you notice, Death by Porn has a subdued voice, but you could definitely hear his expression in even in his subdued voice, because there is emotion. There is a degree to his voice inflection. There is not that monotone which plagues High School 101's expression.
Yeah, I was just kind of reading it like I was reading like a road.
You are an excuse. You are an excuse master. That's what's so fucking annoying about you. Every time there is a correction or there's a criticism of your expression, you try to justify that. That is why you're so fucking delusional. That is why you're a monotone fucking nerd. That is why it's not enjoyable to talk to you. You justify your delusions.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get out of it if you keep justifying.
That is the point. You are not getting anywhere because you are responsible for reinforcing these delusions. We're giving you instant feedback right now why you're fucking annoying, why your voice is annoying, why it's not enjoyable to talk to you. And you're like, yeah, here's the reason why. Oh, here's this reason why. Oh, this is the excuse for that. Nobody cares about that. At the end, nobody cares about those excuses because the point is nobody enjoys hearing it. So your excuses are irrelevant. We are not asking you to give us a battery of excuses. The point is to see where the problem is and what you could do about it, not to give excuses for the problem. The excuses are the problem.
Yeah, that's why I'm Mr. Justifier. I try to explain away.
See how you're a fucking nerd right now, justifying? You're an annoying fucking nerd. Yeah, here's the problem. You're right. Here, I try to do that, but every time it's justification.
Like a nerd explanation for everything.
Everything is an attempt to guard your dysfunction. Everything is an attempt to guard your fucked up expression.
Like the new guy, Monar, he sounds way better. Like, and I just talked to him like 5 minutes. Like he said like 2 words or 10 words.
Yes, the difference is he's not making excuses for his delusional behavior. You are making excuses for your delusional behavior. You have the typical nerd syndrome. For guys who are very bright, like nerds, like our last one of our former students, Franchise.
Oh, yeah, right.
This is a guy who epitomizes the delusional mindset, where he's a super, super bright guy like High School 101, but he is so deathly afraid of being exposed as an incompetent person that he makes all these justifications and excuses for why he is the way he is. And this only further reinforces those delusions, that delusional behavior. Same with High School 101. He keeps making excuses. He's so worried about people thinking that he's an idiot or he's dumb or he's not cool or he's not, a fun guy to hang out with. He's so worried about that, he becomes neurotic about that. And he builds up like this big fortress around that. This drives people insane. And it has the added effect of not allowing him to even address the problem because he's so delusional. He's saying, no, it's not a problem. Here's the excuse for it. Here's the justification for it. Here's why I did that. I'm not really a loser. I'm not really a nerd. I'm not really a dork. Here's my excuse. Hold on a second. This is the nerd response to trying to control everything, because the reason why nerds turn to like ultra intricate levels of studying something, like they'll go to study physics and study it to the nth degree, every single theorem and they try to master every single aspect of it and become so proficient in this field, in this obscure field. Why do they do that? Because it's an attempt to control their environment, to control the things they can't control. They can't control their relationships, so they're going to control information. They can't control, getting their expectations met, so they're going to control their knowledge of the world. Everybody is trying to gain some authority, some control over their world in some way or another. And a healthy way to do it is to gain control of your relationships, to be able to get your expectations met, to get your needs met. That's a healthy way to do it. But if you can't do it, you're going to start turning to alternative ways to try to control things, to try to control your world. One of the nerd ways to do that, what typical you'll find in the nerd community, is like they'll try to control information. They'll try and become an elite super scientist and say, look, I'm an authority on this, so you have to come to me for this information. That's, again, another attempt to control the environment, to control the relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to shift the focus from high school, but what did you mean when you said I had a subdued voice?
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Hold my right.
You just had a perfect example right there.
It's like you're speaking like from far off.
Yes, that's what I mean. I can hear Boggles, no problem. The other people, varying degrees of quiet.
How about now? Better.
It would be better if you'd speak louder.
How about now?
That's perfect.
Yeah, much better.
Rob Show, you there?
Yo.
Yo, he's still there.
I'm here.
Blue, you here?
We regarding the nerd concept, you can even see it with the ebook. Like, I want to learn everything before I go try it, whereas paperclip is more
Yes.
willing to try it.
This is another problem with nerds is like, again, they always want the contingency plan. If you say, look, I want you to go say hi to this person and just test it and see what happens. And they go, well, what if I say it this way? How should I say it? In what way should I say it? What inflection should I use? How should I do this? They want to micromanage and control every single aspect of that thing. They want to know, they want to read the ebook. They want to have this theory explained. They want to have this explained. They're trying to control the interaction before it even happens. Before they can even have a chance to make a mistake and look stupid, they want to be able to control that perception. So it's this fierce attempt to micromanage and control everything because they have no control in their real lives. They have no control over their relationship. They have no authority over their relationship. This is what happens when you don't have authority. You try to seize authority in any way possible.
Yeah. So this all goes back to needs.
Needs.
Well, yeah, as a man, you need to have control of your life.
Yes, you need to have control. Control is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. And if you can't get it in a functional way, you will get it in a dysfunctional way. It's just like food. Food is a necessity. But if you don't know how to get food or eat in a functional way, or get food in a functional way, you'll get it in a dysfunctional way. If you are thinking ahead, you will grow crops for the winter. But if you're the Donner Party and you're making a crossing in the middle of winter without food, you will start cannibalizing your buddies. So you will get food in a dysfunctional way. In both cases, your needs will never go away. They will always guide your actions. So they will either help you to remember to grow crops, or they will cause you to eat your buddies in extreme weather conditions because you have no other food around. Your necessities dictate everything you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sense? Okay. Do we need to go through the rest of this report?
It's the same principle.
I think it's the same thing. I think we pretty much hit this already, the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? This is perfect. Since we're at the 2-hour mark, I'm going to stop it here, and hopefully we'll have part 2 later on this evening.
Wait. So you're echoing in this.
Yeah, I know. I hear a huge echo, chamber. Echo. I think it turned out. Okay, good.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, so any last words of wisdom? Any other comments, new students?
No, because if I start something, it'll take another 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Round of applause for Boggles learning to shut up at the end of the podcast.
I'm glad. I was like, I'm not going to start.
Yeah, he was about to ask another issue. New students, Slumdog Millionaire, you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for increasing the balls in your voice.
Definitely. Thank you very much for keeping
Also, Mr. Matrix.
Yes.
Well, let me try that again. Also, Mr. Matrix.
Yes.
What happened to your balls? This Indian guy has no balls, and all of a sudden he has more balls than you. Indian guys are notorious for having no balls at this academy, but you have the least balls so far in this conversation. I'm going to ask one more time. Mr. Matrix, are you there?
Yes.
louder.
I'm going to ask one more time after this. I got to end this podcast. I got to get a good response from this new student. Mr. Matrix, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, he's got a long way to go. He's got some work to do. Don't worry about it. You're a new student. It's your first day. We put you on the spot. That's what we do here, because we're going to confront your dysfunction head on, and we're going to work through it. So eventually we're going to get you to social competence. But I want to thank you for joining us. As always, it's been a great time. Thank you, students.